then in Delhi University, we have coachings in Delhi. So they actually advertise, that MSc is possible from IIT. From there, I got to know that, oh, this is another route that, MSc, because masters we have to do. In today's world, BSc is not enough. So from there, I got to know about it. And even then, I just thought like let's prepare for my master's. University, we have coachings in Delhi. I think so there is some actually advertise, that MSc
Yeah,
is
just a
possible
second.
from IIT.
Yeah, I think that's better.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, so coming back to it, so from there I got to know about masters from IIT, and I started preparing for a paper called Iit Jam. That's how I got introduced to IIT.
Okay, so let's just begin that. Did you sit for JEE? Did you sit for GATE? So what all preparation you had?
So I sat for GATE because it is, GATE is also for us. After masters, we are eligible for GATE, and we can get into MTech or in any PSU, like anything that BTech people are offered.
Right.
But I never sat in JEE because, like I said, I knew from the beginning that engineering is not my cup of tea, and that's not something I want. That most engineers find in their second or third or first year. I knew it beforehand that that's not me.
Right. So, a lot of them want to know, like, if they want to sit for JEE and get into IIT. Of course, IIT has that kind of value and importance the name holds. But we got to know that there are certain things that comes attached with IIT, and during the course of IIT and post IIT that you did share, there were a lot of experiences. So let's get into some beginning of that. Like if I would like to say your educational journey, so far, Mehak. So
Yeah.
what kind of educational journey you had?
In IIT or before
Yeah.
it? Okay,
No,
in IIT.
during IIT, yeah.
So IIT is a heaven for students, even if you want to study or not, because it's a closed environment. You get everything. You're living there, you're eating there, you're studying there. It's in a closed space. The campus is something that no ordinary central university student will get to see, because we don't have that huge campuses in around India for colleges. But IIT is like a mini state in itself. If you pick up the old IITs, except for Delhi, other than that, I think every one of them has huge areas, given to them. Forest areas, rivers, some has lakes and mountains in it. IIT Bombay has mountain and lake both in it. So you can imagine, like, you're living in a mini state in itself. So that environment gives you perks and benefits of studying. You see people studying around you. So if you want to do that, you do that. You see people having extracurricular activities around you. So it's upon you what crowd do you want to stay in. But anything that you want can be done there. If you want to relax, have a good time, that is also possible. If you want to study and master something, that is also possible. Really depends upon the student.
Right. So just extending the same question, Mehak, that was all about during IIT. But let's just come to the present time. How has been your educational journey after IIT so far? And what plan do you hold? I mean, I'm very curious to know what plans you have for future after IIT. And what are you currently doing?
So currently, I am juggling a lot of things that most people don't know of. After, in my third semester, placement season comes in around November to February. This aggressive placement seasons comes in IITs and other campuses as well. I got placed from my IIT, so there was no doubt in me that I'm not joining the company, because it's placement is a huge thing for a fresher, and it's the first job. It's an opportunity that you've been given, and to get focused, like 4 months before you pass out. You have a stable mind, and plus there was COVID second wave, so that's why I was very lucky enough to have a placement job. I worked there for I think 9 months, and I resigned recently from
Okay.
there because I got another opportunity in the field that I wanted to do. Currently, I'm also studying my another master's from IIIT. That's executive, so it's from home, but there are proctored exams and everything. So yeah, I'm doing a job and I'm studying both.
Right. So, I mean, what made you, I mean, after being a gold medalist and then you start working and then you get into more further studies. So, is there a special reason or a purpose of, taking up that study further? And what purpose do you connect in future with these things?
It really depends. So my classmates, uh,
Mhm.
they have gone for PhDs.
Okay.
They have joined research jobs, R&D
Mhm.
jobs. Some
Mhm.
of them have become, have started their careers already and going on professional, leaving, studies behind. It really depends upon the person. Like I had PhD offers, but I didn't want to pursue PhD due to which, like, I said no to it. But
Mhm.
it depends what you want to do. If you want to study further, it's really your call. No one in this age and time, I think no one can push anyone to do something that they don't want to do because everything is so accessible now.
Okay. Right. I totally agree to that. So I think that's a journey. That's a fantastic journey that Mehak is pursuing, and I'm sure a lot of them could visualize those things. Okay, let me come to some questions. Okay, they have started pouring in a lot of questions. Okay, okay, I'll come to all of your questions. Don't worry, please. I'll get to your questions. Okay. So Mudit says, I think there's an interesting question. Is it true that all IITians get job of great package? Mehak, you definitely need to answer on this.
But I think you were not in the last seminar that I was in, so I cleared that notion that only 10% or maybe 15% of the people who are sitting in placement do get placed. Not all of them get placed.
Mhm.
And great packages depends upon what is great for you. So for you, maybe 50 lakh is a great package, and for someone else, 20 lakh is a great package. But no, not everyone gets the cherry on the top. There are very, very mundane packages that goes in every university, maybe plus minus one and two. That's it, not something special. But the thing is that you get more companies. Uh, if one college, if one, tier two college is getting maybe 20 companies in their placement, IIT would get 50 companies. So that really defines the factor. So more opportunity to get placed. Packages not so good if you're not from tech. Don't believe the packages. Only the tech, that to the top percentage, gets the good packages. Otherwise, if I would give you a ballpark in MSc or in any other, like, company that came to us, because we were also able to sit in tech profiles and everything, because companies open profiles to everyone and they say that if you know the skills, come on board.
Right.
So it's not like I couldn't sit in tech profile job, but I didn't have the skill at that time. So I was like, no, I would rather stick to my own field, core. Giving the ballpark, starting from six, actually one came for 4.5 lakh also. So starting from 4.5 lakh to 8.5 lakh for MSc people. That was the ballpark that we had. But on an average, everyone left with 6.5 maybe.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
So I think,
one thing,
yeah.
these stats are easily available on the placement website that our college has and other colleges also have. So exactly now, how many number of people for what package, what is the average package? Like there's one PDF of 5 pages that you can find everything, every company name also that came to our placement there. So it's readily available.
Right. So I think that's an honest answer. And I think a lot of them had this concept of having a glamorous package, after exiting
Yeah.
IIT.
I
So,
blame the newspapers for this because this information is so readily. I am even shocked at how many people don't know about this, because this is the average package that any normal chemical engineering person is also getting. So I can't name companies, but yeah, they are well known companies. They're branded, like big names there that offer this. So yeah.
Okay, so one of them asking about the package. Ma'am, are you talking about packages of BTech students or MSc students?
So
So I think,
BTech,
tell
yeah.
me.
So BTech, like the profiles that we as chemists, chemistry students got masters, and
Mhm.
chemical engineering got, a lot of them overlapped. Even PhD students got, because they are in research field. Uh, so there were a lot of overlap in this, and yeah, in BTech people also get these offers. So the company that I was placed in was open to everyone in the college. Like, 500 or to 600 people sat in the first round, I remember. That's the number that I picked up, but there might be more. So it's for all.
Right. Okay. So just coming along of the experiences, I'm sure, once you got into IIT, definitely as a student, initially you might have a lot of expectations, right? I think all the students have. Once you get into an IIT, you have a lot of planning. I'm sure you have certain things in mind. Ki, nahi, I want to do this. I have certain plans and I want to go in this direction. And I think IIT will track me, or it will, put me on the right way. So, overall, how was your expectations met, during the course of time at IIT? Were your expectations met, or something different happened?
So I remember one thing saying to my friend on the call one time, that there's nothing special in IIT because the syllabus is the same, the books are the same that every student is reading. It's just the environment and the student quality, because you mimic there. If you see one of the classmates studying and you are in a hostel environment, so you automatically feel like you should study too, because like I said last time, if you're scoring 75 out of 100, doesn't mean that you'll get 7.5 as your CGPA. It can also mean you fail in that class. So that's not enough. That's relative marking, due to which you study harder, due to which you explore harder, and you have this sense of, if somebody else is trying, so can I. So I think major responsibility goes towards the students of the class and the environment that they create. That is highly dependent.
Right. So, I think, so were you like, I mean, I'm trying to figure out. So, were you like disappointed a bit? Could we say that?
Disappointed, yeah. I mean, I remember saying that, there is no gold and jewels here. There's no studded, there's no secret recipe here that is being provided to be successful.
Mhm.
Everyone is figuring it out on their own, and everyone is finding out the questions. uh, all the lectures that these teachers give us is available on NPTEL. Our teachers only teach them, and we sometimes used to study from NPTEL lectures if we missed any class. So nothing special is being done in class. Just the support and the environment that we get over there is special. That's it.
Right. Okay, I could see a few more relevant questions and I'll come to them. Okay, there are a lot of them want to know about JEE. I could see JEE preparation. Please help us with some tips for JEE. So I think a lot of them are sitting for JEE this time and they'll be qualifying for that. So they want to know if you can help them out a bit
I think
for.
not me, but Shiksha can help them, right, Bhagyashri?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Mudit and all of you who are looking for JEE, please come to our YouTube channel, and we have done recently webinars on JEE preparation. So I think you will find all the relevant information for JEE preparation in those videos. So please check our YouTube channel. We have all the videos in the counseling section uploaded, right? Let's just move to some more questions. Okay. Okay, Krishna M. Mehak wants to know, ma'am, if you could share some tips for school students to get into IT, right? Preparing from school.
To school students, I believe if you're self studying, then you should know the syllabus by heart. You should know the previous year, what's the trend going on, and what is, eh, what is what time you should give to what topic. That is very important. And if you're in a coaching, then you should revise, you should practice more, because it's not necessary that you can solve a question. It's also necessary in what time you can solve it, in under pressure tests. If you're taking 5 minutes to a question, then that question is no use to you. It should be done under a time limit. So practice, practice, practice.
Right. So I think you have got your answer for preparing well right from school level. And I think that's a good thing that you're planning for your future and you're starting early. So that is an amazing thing. Okay. Again, Mudit, you have a question about IIT in JEE Advanced. How much minimum marks? Meg, you have any idea on that?
No idea. I haven't given JEE, guys. So yeah,
Okay.
I can
So,
actually see a question here asking about how do I get M Vijaya? How do I get
right.
into MTech in IIT after attending GATE exam? So M Vijaya, there is a counseling session currently happening if you have given your GATE in February and you have your result right now. I think it will end in April. So you better hurry up. There's counseling session happening. You have to just fill out that MTech form. It will go into every IIT and they'll release a cutoff and then things will move forward. Just
Right.
like any exam that you follow.
Okay, so Arun has another question. What difficulties did you face when you entered IIT? I think that's a relevant question, Meg. You can answer that.
Yeah, difficulties as in your environment changes. I am a North Indian and I was going into South India for the first time ever to live there. The climate, the people, the language, the food. If you count that as difficulty, yeah, that was one point of difficulty. But other than that, coping up with the syllabus was very tough. I would like to say it's more like if you leave one day, it gets backlogged, and then another day you try to catch up the previous day, and the next day gets backlogged. It's a cycle you have to break at some point of time, and to not have this pile of work every time was a struggle because there is a lot of work.
Right. Okay. Arvind Kumar. Yes, I could see a question from Arvind. I have completed my BTech mechanical, I think in 2021. Should I prepare for GATE or CAT? Mehak, any suggestions for that?
It depends. If you want to go into managerial position right away, then prepare for CAT. But if you still want to, like, explore your own field, then GATE is wonderful. So one experience that I would like to share with you all was I was living in a hostel, right? So in that, our hostel majorly had MSc, MTech girls,
Mhm.
a very little portion of BTech girls. Um, so I met one MTech girl. Within 6 months, she had an internship for a well-renowned IT company at a stipend that is most generally a CTC, or in-hand salary of a full-time employee. For internship, she got it, and within 6 months, her life changed. So she was from a very normal BTech college, and in MTech in 6 months she was able to grab that opportunity. So if you really want to change your life in the same field, then MTech is the one. So give GATE.
Right. Okay. I am also okay. Let's come to GATE because they want to know about that. So, Meg, since you sat for GATE, so share some details about GATE preparation. And a lot of them, I'm sure, want to sit for that. So, what all they need to do for GATE?
GATE is very similar to any JEE Jam exam because it's conducted by IIT, and the only thing that's different there's also general aptitude there that you have to answer. So general aptitude is common for all. It contains of English, grammar, uh, maths, normal, like that, which you have to practice. Other than that, GATE is like any other IIT exam, but you need to have your practice ready. Like I said, questions ready. Now there is also multiple select question in GATE, which makes it a little tougher. But yeah, great experience if you prepare well. It's just the same loop in it, like JEE Jam GATE, one level up of syllabus. That's it.
Right.
In which
So,
semester you
yeah.
should? Yeah, there's a question. In which semester should one start preparing for GATE? Well, as soon as possible, you can do that in your masters or in your BTech. You should do that.
So, I think this was by Arikta. Arikta, I think you got the answer for this.
So
Okay.
GATE also provides an opportunity to be, in PSU. So PSUs are public sector units that, give a cutoff of GATE and then have an interview, like rank 50, 60, 100, depending. So there are a lot of PSUs like DRDO, ONGC, BARC, NBTC, I think, IOCL. Like there are a lot of them. So you can also, that is one thing that you can go into government
Right.
job.
And Pulkit. Okay, Pulkit, I'm taking up your question next. Should we study of class 11 in ninth and 10th? Class 11th of ninth and 10th? I mean, Pulkit, what would you want to ask about that?
I'm imagining he's asking about the syllabus, that he should revise it
Yeah,
or not.
I even think so. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. If you don't know ninth and 10th basic science, how will you study 11th and 12th science? So ninth and 12th packs a lot of information about, 11th, 12th. It is the foundation of it. And if you don't know that, don't remember that, then 11th will be a bouncer to you, going over your head.
Right. Okay. Okay, guys. I'm getting a lot of questions. Please give me some time to put one question at a time to me. Okay, Divya, I am taking your question. So she's interested in research. So she wants to know about your BSc and MSc thing, Mehak. Like what all subjects you had and how did you prepare?
Yeah, if you're interested in research, going into R&D department, research and development department of any, one thing that I tell everyone, if anyone asks me, what opportunities do we have, I'm like, look around you. Is there an AC? There's in research R&D department of any company like LG or Voltas or whatever. Like you have a ketchup bottle, Hindu Unilever has a research and development department over there, quality assurance department. So anything that you look around is made from research. If you want to go that route, then BSc MSc is a part of your journey. Otherwise, after BTech also you can directly do PhD. So what generally is demanded in research and development is you should have a good research paper published, or lab experience, or research associate position, that's working in a lab of any IIT, not necessarily also any good lab. There are CSIRs labs, and there are ICERs labs in India. There are IIT labs, NIT labs, and abroad as well. So that's an option. If you do masters from IIT, there's a good chance you can, that professors over there have connections to in abroad, or foreign universities, and they can recommend you. So that's one perk of doing masters from IIT. Other than that, yeah, you can go from BTech also in PhD. That's not an issue.
Right. Thank you, Mehak, for that answer. Okay. Om Prakash Sahu, he wants to know, hey, Mehak, are you currently placed in a company? If not, what are you studying? Please share about it. I think Mehak has already shared that she
Yeah,
recently resigned and she's currently pursuing her further studies from IIIT, if I'm not wrong.
yes.
So,
Also, I am
yeah.
currently working also. So it's an executive PG. So triple ITB that provides, so it's not a full-time PG, it's post-graduation, it's an executive one that you can manage with your job side by side.
Yes, so I think Om Prakash ji, I think you got your answer. Okay, so another interesting question I see in the Q&A is how has IIT transformed you? Like, is there a kind of change or a transformation? I'm sure there must have been some changes. I don't know how good or bad, but what kind of transformation you see in yourself?
Uh, I think it's just the way that, confidence level builds up. That's it. Nothing else, because I have been lucky enough to go to a school who has always, cultured my communication skills with different debates and everything. So just it's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. If you are underconfident, then IIT can give you that confidence. But if you're already confident, then I don't think so it will make a change in that.
Right. Okay. Okay. Okay, Tejarka, I'm taking your question now. So, what is minimum CGPA required for getting a placement?
Good question. It depends upon the company to company what cutoff they are giving, but generally you can have anything 8 pointer above is safe. 8 8.0 and above should be safe. uh, if you want to be more than 8.5 above, that's fine.
Right. Okay. Vijaya has just an extended question to that you answered, Mehak. She says that is there any other extra exam that she can attend after GATE to get into MTech than just applying for counseling?
I think there might be some, if some particular university or college is taking up their own exam, but it can be rare. That you'll have to look into individually.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so IIT, there's one question that
Yeah.
does your communication skill depends
Yes.
upon getting IIT admission in interview, and another follow up is which kind of answer are expected in IIT interview. For MSc, there is no requirement for interview. There is only cutoff. Your rank decides your college, and for MTech and PhD, there are interviews. So you need some communication skills, but if you know your subject, that will matter more. So it will be also theoretical, conceptual, what you have done in the past in BTech project or anything, not just how you talk. What
Right.
your brain, how your brain works, that's important.
Right. Okay. Another, interesting question comes from Ganesh. Like choosing UPSC or civil services preparation after graduating from IIT, is it a good decision according to you, Meg? What do you think?
UPSC is just like PhD. You need to have your mind, settled for a few years, that you have to give it to this exam, and it's personal choice. You need to be ready. No one is going to motivate you every day that you have to prepare for UPSC. It's very difficult. How can you expect someone else to motivate yourself? Your reason must be strong, otherwise you will be living in FOMO, that I'm missing out this, my peers are going in XYZ direction, and I'm standing still. So it's really your choice, that your battle that you'll have to fight every day. You'll have to wake up with that thought that it's fine that I'm sitting still, but one day it will be all worth it. It's really on you.
Right. Okay. Manish says, what's the difference between BTech and IIT students? I mean,
And
you want to know
IIT
about
students, BTech.
yeah, I mean, he has mentioned about triple IT students and BTech. So, Manish, are you asking about difference between BTech and triple IT students? So, if you can just put it in chat, is there a difference, Mehak, between triple IT students and BTech students? Do you really find anything?
No, student is student at the end of the day. Now because of COVID, everyone was sitting at home at least. So everyone developed the same way, and it really depends upon you how you take up opportunities. There's so many people out there from other colleges than IIT or triple ITs that excel brilliantly, that get into big fours and fangs and mangs companies. So it depends upon you.
Right. Okay. Shubhajit says, I'm studying BSc in chemistry, want to complete my MSc from IIT. So, I'm preparing for JAM exam. So, is there another way to get into IIT?
For MSA, there was from JE. If you are a BS student, you have an option of extended into an MS or MSc student there. But I think that boat has sailed. So right now, just JAM is there. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So JE
Cost.
also gives the option of having BS or BSc in few colleges. Rather than just having BTech, you can also have BS and MS. So integrated course as well.
Right. So, okay, IIT Jam Patterns. We recently did a seminar on IIT Jam, Rajneesh. Please check our YouTube channel. I think the last week we did a webinar on IIT Jam 2022. Please have a look on that. We had two toppers from 2 consecutive years, right? Okay, Arvind wants to know about GATE exam. Please share some tips about GATE exam. Mehak, would you like to take that?
It's just like that I said before. GATE exam is more physical oriented. Physical means that there are more conceptual questions plus numerical questions, so there's a mixture of that. You have to practice, you have to have a presence of mind in that, and that's it. Just take it as like another JE or JAM and prepare your heart out from syllabus. That's it.
Right, right, absolutely. Okay. Preetham wants to know, we all know there are many career options after IIT, but I'm confused to choose the perfect career. I think this is a situation that a lot of them might be facing.
Yeah, so what I would suggest is explore different things that you think that you might have interest in. give them 6 months of time, and if you are having fun, then that's the thing you found. If you're not having, keep looking for it. There is no one answer fits all to this question. You might like something else, somebody else might like something else, so there is no standard answer to this. You have to explore yourself, everyone does.
Right. I absolutely agree. Okay. Okay. Another interesting question, Meg. This is for you. How should students prepare for leaving their home and parents for more than 4 years? I think Mehak has already done that, so she can answer well.
So you guys won't believe that, but I usually came back home because I'm a very homebody and I like being home. So whenever I got the opportunity to come back, if I have a long weekend. So in one semester, we are only able to take 4 holidays. That's it.
Okay.
Your attendance gets affected. You're not going to sit in paper otherwise.
Right.
I planned my holidays to the, dot that this is the time that I can go back home. Other than that, have a friend circle there, have close friends that you can rely on, that you can talk to, have a few extracurricular activities after class, at least one that you can have in a week twice or thrice. There are a lot of opportunities there. You can do yoga, painting, exercise, taekwondo, dance, salsa, xyz, a lot of. So enroll into them, make groups over there as well. You need to have your support system there.
Right.
Otherwise, it's very difficult to survive.
Okay. So, Meg, I have a question from YouTube. Okay. So, since we are live streaming this on YouTube, so
Okay.
there's a question coming. Is MTech worth doing from private colleges?
I mean, sure, depends upon, how engrossed you are into your core, like your subject. And if you want to better your opportunities, I think yes. It really depends upon your career goals. If you're just doing for the sake of it, then don't. If you think that it can be beneficial to your career and job prospect or something, then surely.
Right. Okay. Sachin says, can we earn good money while studying in IIT? Mehak, what would you like to say?
Start a startup, or be a freelancer there. Depends. So there are few websites that everyone, not just IIT students, use, but for freelancing, for answering questions, writing essays, XYZ reasons. Not just IIT, other universities and colleges too. So everyone has the same opportunity to earn money. But if you have that knack of, entrepreneurship, then sure, find few like-minded people there and have seed money and everything. You can earn good money.
Okay. Okay. I think Sachin has got a lot of
Aditya
suggestions.
answers it correctly. So he says start YouTube channel after getting into IIT. Yeah, that can be one pathway.
Absolutely. Okay. Jaideep says, as we know, having IIT and tag says a lot about one. What was the difference you felt once you got that tag? So Mehak would definitely answer that.
Yeah. Not the IIT and tag, but how I portray myself. So if you are a shy IITian and you can't talk, you can't communicate, no one is waiting for you to speak. No one has that time in this world. It depends upon and that's not just being an IITian. You can be from Delhi University, VIT, or BITS, or any place. You need to have a strong voice. And what's the difference you felt once you got the tag? I never accepted the tag, honestly. I never call myself as an IITian. So that's fine by me. Like, I have that, but it's on you to associate yourself to that institution or not.
Right. I totally agree. So, Meg, like once you got into IIT, you passed out IIT, a gold medal. So a lot of thing comes in. Your friends and relatives, what kind of reaction did you get from your nearby people? I mean, what kind of thing happened? Because I'm
Yeah.
sure, when you get an ID tag, oh, well, she's an ID, she must have a huge package and all things crops up. So something like that, you had an experience.
Yeah, the first reaction that my family had, so I was also doing giving NIFT exam while I was giving jam, because my parents wanted me to go into NIFT, and they were, I didn't get in from 1 mark, and they were very disappointed that I got into IIT but not into NIFT. So they were very sad that I got into IIT but not into NIFT. They wanted me to get into NIFT, not IIT. So that's my parents' reaction, कि NIFT nahi hua, like that. But yeah,
Okay.
other than that, relatives more or less they remain the same. That the shock factor remains for a month or two, and after that it's normal. It depends upon you. If you want to be like a celebrity, then you can be, and if you don't want to, then that's fine.
Right. Okay. I agree. Okay. Aditya, we have shared a link. I think I've shared a link with you about astronaut educational qualifications. So please check on that link and share your queries there, please. Right. Okay. Okay. So Tejarka also says that what if you want to pursue MBA, after IT? So is this the right track? Should we pursue that? What would you suggest?
So MBA you can do at any point of time, from any career that you're having, whether it's tech, non-tech, from IIT, non-IIT, BSc, MSc, whatever. Like everyone can give MBA.
Mhm.
If you want to advance your career like a managerial position, like I said, then MBA is the one for you. But if you think you can't handle people, you can't get out the work out of them, you can't take up multiple business prospects at one point of time, then you need to really reconsider yourself. I would suggest give yourself time into your core field for an year or two. Try
Mhm.
it out. If you do not like it, then go for that. Maybe till that time you find something else in your life. Other than that, MBA is always there for everyone, so anyone can do it.
Right. I think, Tejarka, that will solve a lot of queries that you have. Okay. Coming to internships. Okay. Costa and Tejarka both want to know about internships. So, firstly, what exactly internship, at IIT is meant by, and are better internships offered at IIT as compared to other tier 2 or tier 3 colleges?
So I don't really know what is offered outside of IIT. I can talk about DU. There is less to no internships being offered there for students.
Mm-hmm.
In IIT, actually, everyone can apply there. We have an email ID given to a student email ID, and there the internship opportunities are shared.
Mm-hmm.
In summers, there is the maximum number of internship opportunities that come, and we can apply towards in that mail. All the details are mentioned. And in winters also there are few opportunities, like fewer than summer, but yes, there are. So in terms of internship opportunities, we do get mails from companies. I can't say about other BTech colleges, other well-renowned BTech colleges, but yeah, IIT does that.
Right, right. Okay, so I'll come to some questions that we received during the registration process also. And a lot of them want to know about the cultural life that you had and how it changes. I mean, what changes have you felt in your cultural and social thing after IIT or during IIT? What kind of changes did you see? Did you had a lot of pressure, or you had a good social life? And post IIT, you are still into that phase of having a good cultural and social life?
Yeah. So I'll answer it as a general question, how IIT changed, my perspective or something. There is a lot of work in IIT that you have to handle at the same. So I had in one semester 8 to 9 professors. They gave different tasks. We every 3 weeks we used to have quizzes. Used to have end semesters in 3 4 days back to back, back to back, back to back.
Mhm.
So in a span of 4 months you have to do so much, and you get overwhelmed sometimes, and it becomes difficult for you to handle it. So that IIT taught me, in a sense, to handle that pressure, to handle the multitasking, to manage my time well, so that I can actually get most out of my time while doing everything at once. That is one life quality that I think IIT has taught me. Other than that, living away, living in another culture, having another language around yourself. To so I started, vibing with them in their own language. I used to pick up a few words and used to make them understand in their own language that what I am trying to say, because it gets difficult sometimes in South India to get your word forward. And they don't understand Hindi and they don't understand English the way you speak mostly. So local people, you have to talk in their accent with them. There are few words that they use commonly. You have to enroll them so that they don't feel offended, or that they don't understand it. And so these are the things: communication, time management, then dealing with failures. One thing that you learn there is dealing with failures. So if you think that you are an IIT student, everyone there is an IIT student. Everyone has been sometime or another been topper of the class or achieved something in their life, and you're surrounded by them. So there is going to be competition. You are going to fail sometimes. You are going to feel left out, or like that. You have to manage that yourself. So create a positive environment yourself, and you are the only person that's going to do it. Nobody else is going to do it for you. You have to open your doors yourself. Nobody is waiting for you.
Right. I totally agree. Okay. Ganesh is just adding it to it that is it good to just concentrate on academics or, simultaneously follow our passion during undergraduation?
So one thing with that funny word, Bhageshri, I don't know if you feel that. Do you like? I never understood what's passion. Uh, I think it's a very overrated word nowadays. Follow your passion. Follow your passion. What most of us, I don't think, understand what is our passion. So concentrate on your academics if you feel that it can benefit you, or this is the line that you want to do. If you do the bare minimum of getting past and you are doing something on the side like YouTube, if you call that a passion, or creating content is your passion, then do that side by side. Nobody is stopping you. So there is one thing there: nobody is going to tell you to come to class. Nobody is going to tell you to give the paper. It's on you to give it. So you can do that both.
Right. I think I truly agree. And if you really come to know about your real passion, I think from there, the life changes. You know what you want to do. So I think realizing your passion is a different thing altogether.
I don't think I've found my passion, because I don't know what it is, like what passion means. Yeah,
Absolutely.
maybe I'm not the right person to ask this.
Okay, Avareya Gampa wants to know about admission for MTech and PhD in IIT. So, Meg, any
So
idea on that?
there are programs, dual programs for BTech students who want to pursue MTech and PhD both together. So that one benefit that is given there is, if you do it at one point of time, you take admission, then 1 year, 1.5 year is cut down from your syllabus. Because PhD students also have to pursue some courses in their first and second year of their PhD, which you will be doing in MTech. So they say that it's fine, we'll cut 1 year from your PhD. Like it becomes shorter, just like MTech plus BTech becomes a little shorter, like that. So if you go for MTech plus BTech differently, 4 years BTech, 2 years MTech, that becomes 6 years. But if you take a dual degree, it becomes a 5 year dual degree program of MTech plus BTech.
Right.
Similarly, that's the case with MTech plus PhD.
Right. Okay. So a lot of you who want to know about JEE preparation and other questions, I've shared a link. Please put your queries here, and I've also shared the YouTube channel link. So you'll find all the relevant videos that we did recently for preparation for JEE on the channel. So please have a look on that, and you'll get a fair idea about that, because this session is all about a very casual thing about post IIT and during the course of IIT. So for particularly exam preps, please look onto our YouTube channel that I've already shared, and also make good use of AskShiksha.com, where you can put all your queries, right? Okay, so I'll move to another question about MTech admissions based on interview or not. So Meg, if you have any idea on the interview procedure about that.
MTech interviews do take place in IITs and ISERs or any other place that they're offering with. Interview will be based on your technical skills and your communicative skills. Major part will be technical. If what I have, the interview experience, even though it was for PhD and for MS in JNCSR and II and in IISc. So what they do is they ask you a few topics. Generally, you go prepared. You go first hand prepared. And they ask you questions on that topic from basics to advanced. It depends on how much you are able to answer, and your technical, your theoretical knowledge matters there. They'll give you questions, and see your capabilities, how you will be able to work them through, your procedure to do it, and how you're communicating it. If you know the answer and you're not being able to communicate, then there can be some relaxation. But if you're not able to communicate at all, then you need to work on that. Other than that, communication skills just as much as it's required to convey your message. That's it. They're
Right.
going to judge you on your technical and your theoretical skills.
Right. Okay. Before we move to some few last questions, we'll take last few questions, of course, before wrapping up. But I am launching this session feedback poll on your screens. So before we go into the last phase of the session and take last few questions from Mehak and wrap up the session, I would request all of you, please, fill up this feedback poll, all the students who have been part of this webinar. And if you feel like that the panelist has answered majority of your questions, and we did try to, help you solve your queries regarding IITs. The reality check of IITs are not what you have heard from your friends or from around you. So if you feel the session was useful, if you feel you've got a lot of answers from Mehak, please rate our feedback polls, and please rate our polls, because this will help us and understand your requirement. And based on this, we could actually work ahead for our next webinars. This will really work for us. So please fill up this feedback poll before we move to last few questions that I could see. Yes, a lot of questions coming in. So we just have 10 minutes more. So before we wrap up, we will try to take the maximum questions Mehak can answer for you. So please do fill up the form before we move ahead, right? Okay, just give me a moment before I move on to the last 10 minutes of the session and take all your left out queries. But also I mentioned that for JEE and for particular exam preparations, please connect us on our website, Ask Shiksha, for all your queries. And regarding any of the answers, our experts team is there. They will definitely answer your question. Our panelists are also there to help and guide you. So you can always have your questions out there, right? So we'll definitely try and take more of that, right? So please make good use of that and get use of all the videos that we have uploaded. We'll be doing more and more sessions on the upcoming exam. So please keep a check on the YouTube channel, subscribe our channel, keep the notifications on. You'll find all the exams relevant videos coming up, right? So please make good use of that, right? Okay. So we'll quickly just complete up this feedback poll. And meanwhile, I think Mehak can talk about, in PhD, like Aditya has already thrown up, like in PhD in research, do you have to discover new things?
So Aditya, you have to publish papers in PhD. That depends upon your research work only. It doesn't mean that you have to discover new things, but maybe some observations or something. So there is a criteria for passing your PhD. You need to have a number of research papers published to your name, or in journals, the renowned journals of international, scientific community. It depends upon university to university, professor to professor, how many papers you need to publish, but that's a requirement. That doesn't mean that you're discovering some new element every day or some new discovery every day. That's not possible, I think. But yeah, you have, so research paper, look into it. What are those and how do we make them? How do we write them? You'll get your answer, not new discoveries.
Sorry. Okay, Aditya, I think I've got the answer about this. Okay. Is it true that IT students get foreign internships during college? Mehak, what would you like to say?
They do get the opportunities to apply by knowing them, that they are there. So how do you get to know them? By word of mouth, because they're not posted mostly on any portals or something. So if you have seniors working there, you have your lab mates working there in that university, or your professor knows another professor in that university, so you get to know there's an opening there, you can apply. You get it? Like, you should also have the academic background for that, of course, but the most important thing is where to apply, when to apply, and when there is an opening. That information you can get in IIT.
Right. Mudit, I think Meg has already answered that answer twice. That what are our goals after IIT? So I think
Mudit,
now,
go to the YouTube
yeah,
channel, rewind
yeah,
the video and watch.
yeah. Initially, when we started the video, she did share all her goals, her future goals that she's currently pursuing. So Mudit, please watch the entire video. She has shared everything, her future plans and what is she's currently doing. Right. So I think you'll get all your answers. Okay. Cost. What are you saying? IIT tags makes it easy for a student to get into a reputed college abroad or MBA. I think that's you need to clear this out, Mehak, about this.
So IIT tag, when it comes to foreign university, might have 1 to 5% of something doing with it. It depends upon your curriculum that you have attended, the marks, the papers, the national level, and so for what foreign universities value is your personal work. If you have some projects that you have worked upon in management or in HR or in whatever like MBA, domain you want to go in, what do you suggest in that you can do better? The solutions to problems, they value that, not the tag. So your work, if your work speaks for you, they can understand that you have that caliber to be in their team in the university and you learn. So research, your SOP matters, statement of purpose that you have to write, why you want to go into that college. So every foreign college you need to give an SOP to them. That depends. You have to research about the college you want. You should know what is happening, what professor is doing what, so you can target that. Target in the sense that you can work around that. You can suggest that you have seen their work, read about it, this is what you have your analysis upon, like that. You'll have to impress with your own caliber there. Tag, I don't think so will do
I
much.
think there are a lot of them after the IIT tag because I could see the similar questions of IIT tag.
Yeah, I
So
think IIT tag works for them like a wonder, or a
yeah,
secret ingredient that can solve anything. That secret jadi booty that can
yeah.
solve any
So
problems of there. That's
I,
not the reality, guys.
I think we the main reason we wanted to have these kind of series of life on Shiksha is just to clear the air about all these notions and myths that you have. So
I
it's not
agree.
just the tag; it's just your preparation, your knowledge, and everything that will make you do
So,
anything right.
yeah, coming to that, I'll answer one question, that is, what is
Yeah,
speciality of IIT and that makes foreigner want to be the CEO of the company? It's a
yeah.
very good question, and I would like really want to answer this.
Yes, please.
Uh, who has asked this? I am not
Preetham.
able to see. Preetham, okay.
Yeah.
Preetham, excellent question. I think everyone needs to hear this. What makes an IIT? The students. What makes the students IITians? The hard work that they put in. You can't just crack JE or JAM or GATE and not work. It's inbuilt. Then you work every day. You have discipline. You have consistency. And somehow, even if you're not an IITian or not from any reputed college that you say, your consistency, your hard work will show. And that's how you are as a person, that's embedded in you, that you can't copy from someone, because every day working, getting consistent, doing the work is very difficult. So maybe that's my scenario, that uh, the IIT is made from students, and the students that are CEOs right now of IIT colleges had those qualities from day one, from JE preparation, and they took it to compounded it 20 years and got the CEO position. And it's very difficult to work consistently 20 years at the same pace or increasing pace, with increasing intrigue and not settling, not having that comfort in your life, because if you're comfortable, you're not going to work that much harder.
Right. I think this interesting question got answered with this. Okay, the raise after took inspiration. Right, Preetham. So I think that was a very good question and Meg very well answered, right? Yes, amazing answer. Absolutely. I completely agree to this. Okay, one final question and we are wrapping up this. Okay, Ganesh, we took the question from Ganesh about the passion, Mehak, and he just says that, ma'am, please consider extracurricular task instead of passion, which is an overrated thing. So how do you manage academics with extracurricular activities?
Extracurricular activities will be like your escape over there, so there's nothing to manage there. You would actually like to, you would enjoy it. So going back to hostel office, getting back on your screen is not fun there. Somehow, it's more tempting to be in an environment in sports complex or in a dance room or in yoga room or like gym there. So you won't like that's your resting time, so there's nothing to manage. You have to have your rest time, either it's on the laptop watching web series or on your screen scrolling through social media or doing some extracurricular activity.
Right. And I think that's the wrap up for this session for today. Okay, Arita, Modi, thank you. Thank you so much for your questions. But we have to wrap up the session at 6. So I am so sorry we cannot take all the questions right now, but I'm so happy to see all your queries coming up and all your interesting questions that made our session so good. But due to lack of time, if your questions remain unanswered, that I'm sure a lot of we could not, please come to our website and make good use of that. Our experts and panelists are there to help and guide you. And I'm happy to see all your good comments coming in, that it was helpful to you. And I really hope and keep doing, that your sessions are important, because you get to learn so many things. So we always plan and always hope for keeping the session as informative and as helpful. So before wrapping up, Mehak, one last piece of advice, or what would you want to say to all the students?
As we talked about the IIT tag so much, I would suggest you to explore within yourself and just prepare for things that you want and not expect it. Because if you're just preparing, just keep on going, just keep on practicing, just keep on preparing. And if one day that happens, very good. If not, then also it's fine. You don't leave the work in between. You continue with your hard work, and one day you'll get where you want to.
Yes, I truly agree. And as I've said, that if you have missed up this wonderful session, please don't worry. The entire session will be there on our YouTube channel. So you can watch the entire video and, repeat and rewind and everything. But if you have any queries, you can always throw us on the shiksha.com and we'll try and solve your queries, right? Thank you so much. Yes, Divya, we do try and maintain a transparent one. We do not want to have false myths and notions that students will follow. So we'll try and keep this track ahead much better and keep up coming with such sessions. And thank you for being part of the webinar. Thank you, Mehak, for joining us and sharing your valuable time and so much of information and experience with all.
Thank you, Bhagyashree, for having me. It was amazing, answering all these questions and looking into the notions of
Absolutely.
students. Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.